Hey everyone, it's Cassie.
It's Esty. We're best friend-in-laws. We've got some shit to say.
I'm ready. Are you? Hey, bestie there.
Hey bestie. What you sipping on?
Water. Flavored water.
And what kind of flavors?
This one's the mango. This is that Salud brand. Remember? I was influenced. I like it. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has... Ooh, I almost lost my mic right now. That's the electrolyte one, or that's not the protein one?
Electric light, not protein.
Electrolyte. Okay.
Yeah.
I have the cherry blossom LaCroix. Also water it down. I'm getting old. I water everything down. I don't understand. You give me apple juice, I water it down. Like, I'm getting...
I don't think I can drink apple juice either.
It's just too sweet. Everything's too sweet or too carbonated for me.
I
am old.
You're old.
Actually, okay, so I don't know whoever follows me or doesn't follow me, but 4th of July was wonderful. Thanks for having us. It was a great time.
Well, thank you.
You did great.
Thanks.
But my neighborhood can suck my asshole because they have not stopped. It is July. We're recording today on July 8th and they have not stopped.
Yeah.
This is great.
Did they slow it down at least?
Most of them. There's still a guy that lives behind me that just has not grown up yet, to where I wanted to open the doors and just like scream, like, grow the fuck up, bro. Like, I don't understand. Save them for next year. Do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
But I'm so over the fireworks. So,
yeah.
Did you see my story where I was like, that girl from the Bad Girls Club, and she was like, I'm gonna sleep because of y'all. And y'all gonna sleep because of me.
Yeah, I seen you're like, oh, my neighborhood needs to band together. In the morning or what? 6 a.m.?
Yeah, just all of us put our lawnmowers on. Fuck it. But
we should go get fireworks and light them at 6 a.m. Who cares if we can see them?
One of my old friends that I went to school with was like, I know you're only going to be 38. Why are you sounding 58? I said, because fuck them.
Are you sounding?
You don't understand. If they didn't start, they didn't stop on 4th of July. They didn't stop till about 3:30 in the morning. My husband has to be up at 4 for work. Shut the fuck up, everyone. Like,
yeah.
Don't you know this? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Don't you know our schedule?
Don't you even understand?
Let's be honest. Do people around there really work?
I don't know, but it is just, it's been exaggerated far too long. Please stop with the fireworks every year. I'm over it. It's the same guy who does it for New Year's. Like, he must have a really good connection. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Anyways, what was your highlight of your holiday?
I was just happy everyone was here. Like, everyone was doing really good. The kids, like, didn't fight. I think there was, like, only one incident. But, you know, besides that, it was really good. Everyone was happy. That's what I was grateful for. Like, it was nice. Like, it wasn't too many of us, you know, so.
The abundance of food. The waves of how many plates. Like, it was like, appetizers, okay. Main course, okay. Dessert time, okay.
Yeah. I felt so bad. I was like, shoot, like, there's strawberry in every dessert.
It's okay. SB doesn't need
it. Right? You're like, my jeans are fitting now. It's okay.
Yeah. Shout out to whoever made the Oreo balls. They were amazing.
That was my goddaughter.
They were so good.
Yeah, sorry, I moved my desk. Earthquake! It was really nice. I was happy. I still have leftovers on the freezer and fridge. Like, tomorrow's like they gotta go, but I'm kind of done with the barbecue. Food. Like, I made lasagna yesterday because I was like, we need something besides hamburgers, hot dogs, and chicken.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw your story. I made the same exact thing. I was craving fried rice.
yeah, the kids really wanted panda, and I was like, we ain't got panda money right now. It's the beginning of the month. We got like at home panda style. So I made like the teriyaki chicken, orange chicken, kung pao, and then I did the chow mein and the rice.
Well, I had Trader Joe's fried rice. I keep it on deck at all times because you
Mhm.
never know when you're gonna want fried rice. So I had 2 bags of fried rice in my freezer, but I was out in River Park anyway, so I was like, I'm just gonna run in and grab the chicken real quick.
Mhm.
And I bought myself a bouquet of flowers to put on the table, right?
Mhm.
Just cuz. Tell me why I walk in and Jesse's like, "Who got you flowers? Who got you flowers?"
Where'd
And I
you
was
get those
like,
flowers
"Not you."
from? Yeah. You're like, check the joint, because technically, yes.
It's like sometimes a woman just wants some flowers on her table.
Yeah, that's cute. I
They were
know.
nothing extravagant.
Have you tried their shrimp rolls though that they have? Oh, you don't like shrimp. Or do you like shrimp?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. My aunt got me onto their shrimp. They're in the pre-wrapped area by like the salads.
The lunches.
They like by the lunches and the
Mhm.
salads. It's a shrimp roll, like spring roll. And it comes with a cashew dip sauce, a
Mhm.
set of
Mhm.
peanut.
Mhm.
So good. Like, I've been getting
Ooh.
them now. And I'm not one, you know me, I'm very picky when it comes to like pre-made food like that. I'm like,
They
but she
have
brought
really
it
good wraps
over.
there.
Yeah. And she brought it over and I tried hers and then I've like had it 2 days in a row now.
Nice. I wish that my side of town would get a Trader Joe's. I'd be so happy. I'm hoping that one day, someday, in the whole development of the Herndon and 99 area, that they get smart enough to give us a Trader Joe's.
Yeah.
We don't need another Costco.
I'm hoping they put one in like the new center that's being built by my house, like on the Leonard side. Because the one
That's
over
to
there's so,
encompass.
yeah, for you, but for me, like the one over there, like they're both on Nice.
Yeah,
Like,
I
they're
know. That's
not
the
close
thing.
to
Is like,
either of us.
what's the point? Can we get one over here? Or like, you know what would be awesome? The old Longs at Fulton. I know
Hmm.
it sounds crazy, but like if you go to San Francisco and stuff like that, that's how their Trader Joe's are.
Yeah.
Why can't we get one down here? Like, I'd love me some Trader Joe's on this side of town, especially with all like the artsy buildings and stuff down there. Like, why are we not?
Yeah.
I don't
I
understand.
mean,
Where do we vote? I need to vote.
that's, I don't know. Why don't we become franchise owners and look into that
Fuck yeah.
and make us a Trader Joe's where we want it? It has to be in the between us. I would agree to downtown,
Yeah. I mean,
middle
yeah,
of us.
something closer. Like they should have never got rid of the one on Blackstone, in my opinion.
Yeah. They shouldn't have. No.
I don't understand the leasing or whatever happened in that situation, but Trader Joe's, we need you. We also need you to sponsor us. Thank you.
Right? For real.
So, did you have anything in mind that you wanted to touch on before we dive into what I want to talk about?
No, not really. I mean, we just had 4th of July. I'm getting ready for back to school already and traveling, and I have travel plans this weekend and just getting ready, you know. Life is
Yeah,
lifing.
your life is always
Um
busy.
I know,
How'd your
but I'm
financial aid
trying.
situation go? Did they finally figure that out for you?
Yeah, they said I clicked on my application I didn't have it. And I'm like, "Okay, but even if I clicked that
Hold on.
by
Yeah.
accident, why can't you just look at my application like I had it last year? Did I just
Yeah, but how
lose
did you
it?"
get through a whole year of college on the financial aid and now you have questions about it?
Yeah.
Y'all around.
Because I was like, the second time I applied, it had everything from the last application. So I don't
Just
know.
resubmit.
Yeah, who knows? But she fixed it while I was sitting there and she was like, you'll be fine. It'll like update in 3 days. I was like, okay, whatever. Good, chill. And then I had a gift card to the cafe. And so Rona and I went and like lunch there and treats and
Nice.
yeah, before we went to Trader Joe's, which was a good idea because then I would have been hungry going to Trader Joe's and
And that's
what
a
I got.
big no-no.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. And that's all I have to talk about. Oh, I'm back in therapy. So That's
Oh,
good. You need to go to therapy.
yeah.
You can do it from your house right where you're sitting right now. That's where I do
When I'm in
mine.
a better situation, I will, for sure.
Yeah. But I needed it. I think I had some rough weeks and it's hard.
Yeah.
And when you
Same therapist?
no, I had to get a
Oh,
different one and start all over.
I was gonna say, were they like, so what's been going on?
Yeah, literally. Because they have the notes from the other ones, and
Mhm.
but this one kind of threw me off. I don't know. I think I like her because I feel like she's probably close to our age, maybe a little bit older than us,
Okay.
but she was like doing it from her garage. So I was like seeing and like had no filter in the back. So it's just her like on a desk in her garage
Ma'am. No, ma'am.
because they do
Even
telehealth visits.
yeah, but I mean, like, I was on a Zoom call recently, and at least you could hear her kids in the background, but you could see it was like a blank white background, like green screen type stuff. But I mean, I was like, ma'am, I can hear your kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
But
awkward.
I was like, well, maybe it shows me she's a real life person.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I mean, if I don't feel her, I mean, I only had one visit. So, I mean, I'll give it like 3 or 4. And then if I really feel like, I mean, just because, yeah. But I feel like she seemed pretty all right.
Okay.
You know?
It's worth a
I
shot.
can't,
At least you're back
I,
in therapy.
yeah. Yeah, I gotta talk to someone, that got to tell me that I'm not crazy.
From a third party view, we can all do that. But you need,
I think you tell me I'm crazy sometimes.
I just think you need it from an unbiased opinion. That's all.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I'll make a subtle, soft launch. I peed in a cup today. It was not on my list of things to do, but I sure did.
Love it. Piss away.
I know. Do what you will with that information.
They're gonna be like, they're gonna think you're having a baby or something.
Nah. That factory's been shut down and evicted from. But, life is moving into new directions. So I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I'm excited for
Also,
you.
thank you. More to come. I started Pilates today
I wanted
at
to do
home.
that. Why didn't you tell? Oh,
At home. Hi,
no.
Bubba. What are you doing? He just pushed the door open.
I know. I was
Hang
like, I
on.
thought the door was shut.
I have a visitor. Hang on. Hi. He came upstairs just to grab a toy.
He was growling at you.
No, he was picking up his toy and like thrashing it around.
Mm,
Okay. He came up just specifically for that toy. Like he looked at me and was like, "No, not you." And like found what he
yeah.
wanted and like left.
He's like, I don't want to tell you hi.
Yeah. No, I got myself a Pilates ring.
Mm,
Girl, that thing is a bitch. I
mm.
found a beginner's YouTube video. I typed in like Pilates ring for beginners or whatever. I found a 20-minute video. And I was like, all right, no, I'm not good as I once was. I need to get my ass back up in gear. We're going to get to this. I made it 10 minutes through the 20-minute video. And I was already like, I don't want to do this anymore. It's physically challenging. It forces you to use your own body weight for things, which just sucks. And Sebastian was upstairs with me. And so I was laying down and he was like dropping his ball on my face and like
Oh my
dropping it here.
gosh.
And I was like, Sebastian, and I'd throw it and he'd bring it back and drop it in my face again. And then and then I was like trying to I was laying flat and like how you say lifting my butt up,
Oh yeah.
my body was
Mhm.
like this or whatever. And
Mhm.
he came and he jumped on my stomach. And I
Mm,
was like, I need you out. I cannot
yeah.
do this with you. I plan on finishing the other 10 minutes tomorrow.
The other
I didn't
didn't.
make it. I didn't make it. I didn't make it. I'm not gonna lie. And when I tried to get down the stairs, my legs were like trying to go down the stairs.
I know someone that does like a Pilates studio, and I've been telling AB that I want to go because it's like in Madeira. And I'm like, she keeps saying like, let's do it. Like I'm down, me and SB, and I'm like, okay. But then I'm like,
It's hard. Does she do like a free class? Like the
yeah, it's
intro
a free
class?
like the intro class,
Oh, let's just go.
and it's
Let's
with
just
like
go
the
get it over with.
machine.
I see. That's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid of the machines. Like at least this is
I
just
feel
the
like they're
weight.
helpful because they help your weight, like the holding your weight part.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and this literally makes you use your own weight. Is hard, but I'm down. Let's just book it. Just book the class. Pick me up. Let's go. Let's get over this already. I gotta get into it.
That'll have to be next week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I'm down.
Okay,
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Did you catch up with things that I sent you? Did you do your homework, ma'am?
You only sent me 2.
Yes. Did you get the gist of what it is? And then I'll break down the
Yes.
rest.
Yeah, but do you know I watched an episode about something similar like that
Where?
on Grey's Anatomy? I'm just kidding. But anyways, let's go.
Okay. It's not a new topic, but I know that I've been wanting to talk to you about it. We just haven't gotten around to it. And then we had our special guest, and then it was just kind of like got pushed and pushed. And so there's been some latest developments on the whole case of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd like to title this episode In the Name of Adriana Smith because as a woman and as a mother, although I don't have any daughters, so I wish I could say that I was a mother of a daughter,
Mm-hmm.
I feel a lot of feels for this particular case, and my heart really goes out to her family to have to watch all of this unfold. If you have not heard of Adriana Smith, she is a Georgia resident who was earlier this year declared brain dead due to a blood clot that traveled up to her brain. She actually went to the emergency room and they told her, "You're fine, go home." Couldn't find anything wrong with her. Sent her home. She actually found out at the emergency room that she was pregnant, by the way. So sent her ass home. Nothing we could do with you. Come back later if you're feeling worse. She ends up having a full-on aneurysm and is rushed back to the hospital. Ultimately, they declare her brain dead. And because she was 9 weeks pregnant, she was found to be 9 weeks pregnant, the new Georgia law says that abortions are illegal.
Mm-hmm.
And allowing her to be removed from life support is considered an abortion.
Yeah.
So her doctors, her nurses, and her family, their hands were tied and had no choice but to leave her on life support. And I feel a lot of things about it. I feel angry. I feel disgusted.
Yeah.
I feel violated. I feel I don't if that was my daughter and I had to watch her go through that, even though she had my grandchild, it part of me I don't I would but I trip over the cord. I'm just saying like I
Yeah.
just I couldn't sit there and watch my child no longer be with us. Not responsive, cannot eat, cannot speak, cannot breathe, cannot anything on her own, which doesn't make her a viable human anymore. And you just have to watch her die in front of you.
Yeah. And it's like, what kind of life is the baby gonna have? Like, it's not getting the proper nutrition.
No, no. So she did have an older son also. And that kind of disgusts me as well because he had to watch his mom basically die in front of him for weeks, because this was in February, mind you. So 30-year-old Adriana Smith, and I'm going to keep repeating her over and over and over again, was actually a nurse herself. So that really breaks my heart too, because she knows like the ins and outs
Mm-hmm.
of the medical field and how there are certain things that we just don't have control of either, especially when it comes to laws. She unknowingly being pregnant. Georgia law says that at 6 weeks, you can no longer terminate. 6 weeks. She happened to be 9. Cassie, how far along were you when you found out you were pregnant? Every time?
Oh, like 6 weeks, 5 to 6 weeks.
All of them?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I always knew when I was pregnant.
Yeah.
I
was
just,
8 and
yeah.
10 weeks.
Yeah. You were in denial. I'm just kidding.
I actually didn't show, well, okay, my first pregnancy, I was pretty like, something's wrong. Something's wrong. Something's wrong.
Mhm.
But I was 8 weeks and I made the appointment and went to the doctors and found out I was 8 weeks. And with Isaac, I had no symptoms at all. So I was 10 weeks. By the time I was like, all right, my periods were all over. I had just gotten off the NuvaRing,
Mhm.
right? And
Yeah.
so my periods were all over the place. I had no idea. How can most of us probably have had at least more than 6 weeks before we figure out we're pregnant? Like, is it a
Yeah.
sketchy false positive? Even at 6 weeks, you still get like kind of false information. So I already have a problem with that. I think the 6-week ban is too soon.
Mhm.
Anyways.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not. I think when I had Emma, I mean, everyone told me when you breastfeed, it's like you can't get pregnant. Or someone told me that. I don't know. I believe them.
I think you have more chances of getting
I don't know.
pregnant.
Someone told me like when you're breastfeeding, like you can't get pregnant. I don't know. It was something that was told to me, and I didn't have birth control. So I went to the doctor
Mm-hmm.
for like my 8-week checkup, probably C-section. Like I still wasn't
Mm-hmm.
working, seeing him. And then I want to say like a few weeks later, I went back and he was like, I was supposed to have like an appointment the following week to get on birth control. And I can't, they did like free pregnancy tests. And I was like, can I take a pregnancy test? And he was like, you just had a baby and I just seen you. And I was like, no, I think I'm pregnant. Like, and sure enough, I was. I was like 5 weeks. And I was like, I thought I couldn't get pregnant. Like, we didn't have cable, but like, still, like, I thought because I was breastfeeding, like, I thought because I was breastfeeding, we would be okay.
Would you go back and tell Cassie anything differently?
Yeah, don't trust everyone on the internet.
Okay. All right. And Rowan, you knew pretty well that you were pregnant.
Yeah,
So
I took.
you're on time. Because I've never been on time with my
I've
period.
always been on time, and then I've always like had that morning sickness right away. So I knew I
Mm-hmm.
was sick. Like I just would know.
It's crazy. That's wild.
Well, I also can't be on birth control because of that reason. Like birth control makes me have the symptoms of pregnancy, like
Oh,
bad.
okay.
Like I would vomit, like it was bad. So I just kind of always knew right away if I had any like nausea. I never thought I had the stomach bug. Yeah, I was like, I'm pregnant. I don't have a stomach
Yeah.
bug.
Well, mind you, I was 17 when I got pregnant. And I've always had like really, my periods were never on time. Ever, 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 ever. And so I was just like, I doubt it. Like maybe I missed a month. Like it's fine. It was never every 4 weeks for me.
Yeah.
But when I got the symptoms hard. And so I was like, all right, I think I'm fucking pregnant. Sure enough, I was. But so anyways, back to what I was saying. Georgia
Yeah.
law, 6-week abortion ban. She was found to be 9 weeks pregnant. Them not being able to perform or remove, not the abortion, but like to remove her from life support because it was considered a termination of
Mm-hmm.
the baby. The hospital's decision was to keep Adriana alive for the next 12 weeks. Um, I just don't know how I feel about that. I don't know why it just doesn't sit right with my stomach.
So it was only 12 weeks, but she was 9 weeks pregnant. So
Yes, they needed the baby to be past 24 weeks to be viable outside of her body.
okay,
So,
so the baby wasn't viable at 9 weeks. So, but we're still gonna keep
no.
her alive for
Yes.
viability. Okay.
We need her to be a fucking incubator. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Let's just say that because that's what she is. We're going to keep pumping her with oxygen and food so that the baby can get nutrients, so that at 6 months, they can pull him out via C-section and be in NICU and see if he survives. Baby was born at 1 pound, 13 ounces. And they named him Chance.
Hoping he has a chance.
But the next thing that kind of really sickened me was that the news outlets in the Georgia area were saying, because they'd been reporting on this for a while, that Adriana gave birth
Mm.
on the day he was born, which was June 15th. So it wasn't actually, wait. Not June 15th. Hold on. I think they actually laid her to rest. I want to say it was, let me get my dates right. June 17th.
Okay.
The baby was born. And the news outlets were reporting that Adriana Smith has given birth. Because no, she did not.
Yeah. She had surgery.
Yeah.
Her body had surgery.
They harvested this baby.
Mm-hmm.
It's the way that I see it. Her parents took her off of life support 4 days after the baby was born. Unfortunately. So technically she was alive, but she wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
She was still brain dead. So she's still very unresponsive and whatnot like that. So even then the doctors had to give her permission to remove her from life support.
Yeah, because I'm like, why did it take 4 days?
Because the courts had to find it okay. You still didn't have the rights as a mother to take care of your brain dead daughter. Like, I'm so sorry, but it really makes me hard to have a connection even with the grandchild that probably, if she would have died in a car accident, the baby might not have survived anyways, right? Like, I'm thinking from the grandmother's perspective. What you have to watch in front of you to watch your daughter like be treated like this, like a fucking incubator, because that's the way it makes me feel. She now then has to turn around and raise the son
2
that was
kids.
left behind and a baby that's in NICU till further notice. But her end of life celebration and things like that, I mean, it was amazing. I'll have to send you those videos later on, but like, yeah, what are your thoughts?
Oh, I have so many.
Because this really puts you in a hard situation, whether it, between
well, I like
politics, religion.
contemplate. Yeah, I contemplate because let's say she was 35 weeks and married, and the husband, like in some states too, like they would be like, oh my gosh, why is the husband going to leave her on life support to have this baby, So I think it just depends on the situation. But going back to the laws, I don't think laws should dictate for women. They're not dictating for men. They're not telling men that they can't have vasectomies. I mean, men are out here throwing their seed everywhere, having 12 plus kids.
Nick Cannon.
But I'm just saying, like, they're having all these kids and it's not.
And not even having to be responsible for them.
And not even having to be responsible. Like, you cannot
force a man to be responsible for his child. You cannot force a man to sign the birth certificate. You cannot force a man to give child support.
Yeah, 100%. So I feel like that's upsetting. And I feel like there should be clauses in these laws, obviously, too. There should have been an attorney that could have found an outlet, a way to, like, yes, this is the law for this situation, but in this case, like something, I mean, I just feel also too, like, why couldn't they try to, like, send her to a different state? Oh, we're going to get another medical opinion,
Yeah, that's what it's turning into, right? So a lot of the women who are living in these red states, who are having these laws over their bodies, that you no longer have any rights over your bodies. This is the problem.
Yeah.
They are now sneaking their way into another state to try to get these things handled. Rape victims. Nothing you can do about it. terminal illnesses and disabilities in the womb. Nothing you can do about it. Putting yourself at risk to be pregnant. Nothing you can do about it. Doesn't matter if mom dies. Their only concern is that the baby survives. To whom is there to
Yeah.
take care of this baby? Not one mention has been of the father or who the father is of this baby. This now has, but mind you, grandparents don't have rights. The
Yeah.
grandparents now have to fight the state for said baby.
Custody. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This some bullshit, in my opinion.
And it's like, can she even the mom be on the birth certificate?
The baby is the state of Georgia's property.
George's property.
She didn't sign it. She can't sign it. So grandma has to go to court to become guardian of this baby.
Yeah.
Which is fucking insane when you hear it out loud. So you mentioned how there should be some clauses. Their Democratic state representative by the name of Park Cannon is trying to now pass Adriana's law.
Mm-hmm.
And that's to say that this abortion ban stays into place until, said lawsuits happen, because there's going to be lawsuits. Adriana's law, which would, in Cannon's words, affirm that individuals retain agencies over their bodies and medical decisions even under restrictive fetal personhood regimes, which just basically says if they can no longer are not fit of mind to care for themselves or this baby, something needs to change.
Mm-hmm.
I would like people to be angry. I would like
Yeah.
people to get really fucking mad over this, because this isn't just about Georgia. This is, like I said, in a lot of the red states in America,
Mm-hmm.
these laws, Roe versus Wade, is being overturned and women no longer have a say.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd like to see a lot more attitude and a lot more anger and a lot more pushing things to the front of the line, because the more men that we have in these offices, they don't care. So write to your representative, write to your congressman, get really fucking angry.
Yeah. It's upsetting. And I feel like even me, like with religion, I've always been like, my walk is my walk and everyone's walk is their own. And I haven't been in a situation to where I, chose an abortion, but it's also like if I was in the situation I was in, a single mom with 3 kids, and didn't meet Daniel and ended up getting pregnant by who knows, some guy, some random guy that I was like talking to, on Tinder. Like, I would have to make a hard decision, but that decision would have been mine to make. And I'm grateful, like, I am able to make that. And it does make me angry that other women aren't. It does make me worry for having a daughter of my own. Like, what if she chooses to leave? I mean, I don't like California, but, what if she chooses to go somewhere in college or her life, or, meets a partner that, doesn't let her have that free will? Like, I would be angry. And I'm angry for, like, the women in America. Like, I'm angry for us. I'm angry for everyone.
Yeah, I do agree. When I was 17 and found out I was pregnant, I was told there will not be a baby in this house. And that was, do what you will with this information.
Mm-hmm.
And what I did with it was, okay, then I just won't have the baby in this house. It never crossed my mind that I couldn't do it. I'll figure it out. He said, we'll figure it out. So we figured it out. And was I too young? Yes. Did I have everything I needed? No. Did I have the determination to have the baby? Yes. It never, and I've asked him, I've asked Matt, never crossed his mind, never put a doubt in his head that he wasn't going to not have the child. Never crossed my mind. I never actually sat back and said, I can't do this. Like, I need to make the appointment. I just kind of like, okay, I guess we're doing this. And we did it. But I'll be damned if someone tells me that I cannot do it. That should be my decision to make.
Yeah.
Or if you're in ectopic pregnancy, that's a simple one any
Mm-hmm.
woman can face. Okay? That should not be a court's decision or a
Yeah.
man's decision or a state's decision. That there needs to be, I mean, I already don't like the fact that it's a law, but there needs to be some guidelines under there
Yeah.
that says if this or that, but this. And
Mhm.
right now, there isn't enough. It's
Yeah.
bad enough it's a law and it governs us as women. It's worse that there's no amendments, no addendums, no.
Yeah, it's like, where's the, like, "Oh, we're gonna fix this," or, and it's frustrating, and like you said, as much as we're angry about the law, where are the addendums? Like, where are
Mhm.
the if this happens, like, no, because people weren't doctors that are making these laws. They don't know that this, and this could happen. Like, these things can happen.
Yeah, I know that you said that it was at if it was at 35 weeks and the husband said, I will take full responsibility of the baby, um, and things like that, because that's a rare commodity too. There are probably not a lot of men that will step up to the plate and pick wife or child, right? Like that's a really
Mhm,
hard decision to make. Do you save your wife and create more babies, or do you save your child and lose your wife? Like that's a really hard. You don't know until you're there decision.
mhm.
But unfortunately, I feel like if my husband had to make that decision knowing that I was only 6 weeks pregnant or 9 weeks pregnant, or just, not even past that safety net. What's the safety net? 12 weeks?
12 weeks, yeah.
If my husband was placed into that situation, I would almost whisper to him and be like, not worth it.
Yeah, no.
Not worth it, honey. And then he would then have to go through the trauma of watching me die and then potentially watching our child not survive. Like,
Mhm.
I just, I can't. No. That's a no from me. It's
Yeah.
going to be a very controversial episode, but
No, I feel like no, I don't think so. I feel like if you said it's like it would be a no, you know? It's kinda like I used to tell Daniel when he was like, "Babe, don't pull the plug." And I'd be like, "Go tell your mama, because I am not married to you." Um, I'm just a girlfriend. I used to tell him. But, like, I'm sorry.
yeah, no.
I'll charge my phone instead.
Yeah, please.
Like, I'm not,
I
like,
need her in charge.
yeah. I will
Please
not
unplug me.
be just unplug me.
Well, like I said, I don't even want to be in a nursing home. Like, kink the oxygen. I don't want to be there. I don't want to live my last days miserable in a fucking stinky home. I've worked
Yeah.
in them. I don't want to live in them. No. Push me
Yeah.
down the stairs. It was an accident. Everything will be okay.
Well, I have 2 flights. I'm just kidding.
Wheel me on down. It was an accident. You heard it here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I 100% think it's wrong. It's inhumane. It's just so much. And I feel like I need to know what happens to the baby.
Yeah. We're going to keep watching and see how this lays out. I really want to know what happens in the decision making of where does he go, who takes custody, how long does that process take. He was born at 1 pound. He cannot even be physically picked up. He's so
Mm-mm.
fragile. He will go weeks without physical touch
Yeah.
or like artificial heat. Like he cannot
Mhm.
be next to, he can't do the skin to skin. This isn't a baby that was born prematurely just a few weeks too early. This baby
Yeah.
didn't. Mm-mm. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't see him being viable, yet alone if he makes it out of the NICU, what are the long-term effects, right?
Yeah.
There's a reason why babies need to stay in the womb for 40 weeks.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that
I'm just a
sounds
very
good.
angry woman. Yeah.
No. 100%.
Well, I very much appreciate you letting me dive into something so controversial because it's been irking me, and I'm just like I really need to talk about it.
I just don't think it's that like, I guess for me, I'm just like, no, something we should talk about.
Good,
You
good,
know?
good.
You know?
Good. Do you want to end on a lighter note?
What, do you have something lighter?
Yeah.
Did you finally watch Bridgerton?
No, I looked at clips though. I have to.
Wow.
Like, I have to.
Okay. What's a
Okay.
lighter note?
I read Am I the Asshole? I didn't flag it for us, but I did read it. So this bride writes out, I don't even know why the hell you would make it a Facebook post. But this bride writes out a Facebook post letting her friends and family know that her wedding is being postponed, not canceled. Postponed to a further date a week before the wedding happens.
The heck?
Yes. That she'd like to thank everybody for their RSVPs. She will be getting back to you with a new date soon. And thanked everybody for the wedding gifts and donations as wedding gifts. She will be using the $35,000 that she raised on her donation page for the wedding. Like, like kind of like
Yeah.
remember how I did the knot.com and you can put like a
Yeah.
wedding fund?
Yeah.
Her and her husband will be taking an early honeymoon pre-wedding, and then they will be using the rest of the funds for the new wedding date to make it even bigger and better. And she will be releasing the new wedding registry.
You're kidding. No. I need to make a wedding registry ASAP. I'm just kidding.
The new wedding
Okay.
registry will be released with the new wedding date. Why would you put that on? Not in an email, not in a private chat or nothing like that, but on social media for all the guests to see and comment, and they let her have it.
I would be like, you're supposed to return the gift.
Yeah. So the people were immediately like, why would you do this? Like, wait a minute, what's going on? Is there a reason for the postponing? Like, oh, how do you even like cancel your venues and stuff like that a week before?
And people like coming from out of town.
Yeah, no, they said like, I've booked my flights and my hotel stays. They're non-refundable at this point a week before. Like, there's certain cutoff dates that you just can't do that. And then like an uncle had commented like, he gave 10 grand as a gift to them.
Can I have Uncle's email?
I know! I need you to run me my money back, but like in a professional way. He said, you now have 1 week to get me my money back. If you do not respond in a cashier's check, money order, like no personal checks or anything like that, you will hear from my lawyers, da 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 da. And she had the audacity to respond to these comments of like, your donation was to me. What I do with this money is none of your business. I will not be returning any money.
What? What did her fiance say?
He never like actually commented on there, but even like the like it said like uncle of the groom or aunt of the bride or whatever, like they were naming them. They were keeping them private, but they were naming them. Even his grandmother was like, you need to answer my phone calls now. Like everybody was chiming in on there. And then at the end of it, she posted another post that said, I didn't think that what I said was so outrageous. I will be taking time to work on my mental health. You guys have traumatized me with all of your attacking me. And I'm going to be going to, what'd she say? Like a spa or something like that, a medical spa And you're welcome to send me gift certificates and things for her wellness. As much as out of her
Wow.
goddamn mind.
No wonder why it's postponed. She just raked in the money and probably never even booked the venue.
I mean, how could you get anything back from a week before? That's just not
There's
possible.
no way. It's not possible.
That's contracts. Like, you cannot do that. Even if you said, I need to pick a new date, like, not a week before. Hell no. She probably never did. That guy needs to, like, run for the hills because she's going to get a
That
whole bunch of
reminds
lawsuits.
me, bitch. The bitch has till tomorrow to refund me my money. The photographer. I just remembered.
Oh, Miss Jackie.
Josefina.
Oh yeah, Miss whatever Joe, right?
Joe, yeah. I
Miss
just remembered.
Josephina to the front of the class, please.
That reminded me. Am I the asshole for am I the asshole for taking photos of my cousin's granddaughter, getting paid for them by the mother, and not giving the photos?
Asshole.
Am I the asshole?
No, you're the big fucking asshole because you don't own rights to someone else's child, ma'am. So we have a new phone call we need to make.
Yeah. We'll take this offline.
Well. Yeah.
But yeah.
No, but apparently she knows all about our podcast, so.
She does.
Thanks for listening. We love the views and listens. Just keep on coming.
Right.
Your time is up, bitch.
Time is up. July 10th. Yeah. It made me think of that when you said that, like, she said, and I was like, shoot.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
But
See
yeah.
you in court.
Yeah. I got receipts.
Yes,
Voicemail.
you're the asshole. Big fucking asshole. And you're stupid for admitting that you were gonna pay her back.
I got a voicemail. Thank you.
I love it.
And you know what's crazy? I feel so bad though, because Emma just keeps like, am I ever going to get my photos? And I just feel so bad. I just told her that we're going to go somewhere else.
Yeah, we'll just retake them.
But now I'm like traumatized.
The ASB will do it. Fuck it. I got you.
I know. I just feel so bad for her. But yeah.
No, because that's not fair and that's not how you do business. And this is why I don't want to open a business. Because, like, if you can't fully commit to it, then don't fucking do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
On another fun note, next week, guys, we'll definitely have a good episode too because we're gonna travel together this weekend. And so we're going, for Emma, and I'm so excited for her. But I think it'll be fun too for us because we can brainstorm, and get some content for you guys.
Because we know need to plug your fundraiser.
We know you miss us.
You need to plug your fundraiser.
Oh, and we're doing a fundraiser for Emma's football life. She has a few camps coming up and
a few spots open to donate.
So we'll post that on our page.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, thank you for having me here again, Miss Bestie.
I need to get you a sweater like this.
Yeah. I need to get our affirmations going. I will figure that out pretty soon. Reminder to all of our listeners, you don't need anything on Prime Day. Bitch, you don't need it. Let me tell you, it's marked up and sale prices back down. You don't need it. Do not check out of your cart.
I pre-check the prices on things. There's some things that I got in my cart that are on a good deal.
You don't need it. Okay.
Okay. Just buy it. Don't listen to her.
You don't need it. Or like the little angel and devil on your shoulder. You
need it. You deserve it. You're a bad bitch. Buy it. Okay.
All right. Don't forget to follow us on all of our socials. Write into us if you have anything for us you want us to read or comment on at bfil.podcast@gmail.com. Catch us on Spotify,
TikTok, Spotify,
YouTube,
Instagram.
Apple Podcast. Okay.
Oh,
That's all
yeah.
I got. All right. Till next time.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
bestie.
Bye. Thanks for listening to another hour of our bullshit.
Make sure you follow us on all of our socials at bfil.podcast.
You can catch us every week on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Bye, besties.